All right, so now I'm going to play another Karn Liberated and exile a card from your hand.
Oh, fucking hell. I hate that goddamn card.
Yeah, Karn's great, isn't it?
I really wish people like you would just play a better deck already. It's so... You just pay to win, and I hate it every single time.
Dude, Tron is so great. I love this deck. I've been playing it since Marauder Besieged.
So, I noticed there's some aggression at this table. While I understand the competition, and I love to see competition, I want to make sure that we don't disturb and upset any of the other players. So I want to make sure that we're not going crazy with our language. The store wants to make sure that we're a little bit careful. We don't want to drive away some customers.
I didn't think my language was bad, frankly. This is just how I talk. I am upset at the situation, and I was voicing my opinion.
And I do appreciate that, and I understand that. But some of the words you used could be considered curse words, and to make sure that the store is as friendly to younger players as possible, we want to avoid using them.
I don't see any younger players here, and frankly, this is just how I talk, and I am an adult. I am allowed to speak how I want. If you are taking this away from me, this is just frankly unacceptable.
I understand your concerns. I will speak with the owner of the shop, but for now, our policy, my understanding of the shop's policy is that we're not allowed to do it, whether there are younger players or not. They make sure that we have habits for if somebody does walk in the middle of you saying something.
All right, so that's a reasonable thing. Gonna put out a couple things. Number one, we're saying that the judge was actually physically present for this. So one thing that I would maybe consider doing, depending on maybe not for this specific call as acted out here, but maybe for a slightly different similar call, maybe it might be prudent to get a feel for maybe whether this is a one-time thing because the player is frustrated in the moment, or whether this is a behavioral thing that might be related to a longer-term pattern, right? So that would be one thing that might help guide your approach. And of course, at a local event, you would probably be more likely to have access to this sort of information about a player's long-term behavior. Another thing is, I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but it sort of seemed like at the beginning of the call you were talking to me, even though I didn't do anything wrong. I'm the perfect Joe Tron player.
I was sensing a lot of hostility from me.
Well, and I think
I'm just Joe Tron player over here trying to manage some.
Well, I think part of it for me is it's not necessarily just the cursing. It's trying to get the tone of it changed. And since you're responding with the tone, I can get you to change your tone to not mimic his so that it gets to be in that way, so you're not responding in kind even if they continue to misbehave. Because I also don't want to have issues with you, and I think that I probably will have fewer issues with you, but if you both start responding, now you're going to have issues, not because I want them, but because they're going to turn around and be like, well, he was screaming back at me. Okay, now I have to, my hands are tied in some ways, because otherwise I'm looking biased.
Okay.
I took that more as kind of being more slightly socially oblivious of he's just returning the energy that he's receiving. I didn't necessarily think he was purposely trying to get a rise out of him, but it could escalate the situation.
Well, and that was the thing, is more just if I intervene to him, he's just mimicking, so I can get him to stop mimicking and then deal with the actual root cause.
And let's be fair, this is the third time Karn kicked your butt this game. So.
Of course I'm playing Merfolk. Of course I'm losing.
Well, and the other thing that I would try to do in a more realistic situation is maybe not even necessarily right at the table, but step back, watch the behavior from then on, and if they have changed their behavior, go and compliment them afterwards.
Awesome.
Be like, hey, thank you. I know you disagree with the store's policy. but thank you for abiding by it while you're here. I do appreciate it.
Awesome.
You actually don't even have to put that on the store. That's in WotC's code of conduct.
Yeah.
Would it be more
So you can go even higher up than the store.
Yeah.
I don't even know in that situation if I'd asked the store. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just be like, this is like against the rules of the games. This is impacting the play experience of others. And to like fix that, I'm starting here. This is our policy. And to be fair, I think that character would have just escalated it if you got aggressive. So I think it was the correct decision to like stay calm.
All right.
Would it have been more beneficial?
I don't think.
All right. Who's
I
next?
don't think Sean